Welcome to episode 13 of the In the Bank podcast. We made it here, and on this week's episode, we dive into some really meaningful topics. Dave Chapelle went to an Indian restaurant in San Francisco. While Dave was eating, he saw something that made him sick. No, it wasn't another transgender person, you silly Chapelle haters. Instead, he saw a person taking a shit outside of the restaurant. Now, Dave said he was appalled by this, but Dave, what you fail to realize is that is what authentic Indian dining looks like. Some Mexican restaurants have a mariachi band, other Mexican restaurants have ICE agents, but if you want the authentic Indian experience, you need to have people taking a shit outside of the restaurant. Next, we dive into the Adidas male swimsuit controversy. A lot of people are upset that they chose Jar Jar Binks to be the next male representative of what seems to be a woman's swimsuit. I have no issue, except why did you have to choose such an ugly person? James Harden is right there on the roster, and I'm sure he would be more than happy to be the model as well. Lastly, Britney Griner's return game didn't do as well as we expected it to be. So what is the big issue that is causing people to not watch the WNBA? Women keep complaining. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the end. Like, subscribe, and enjoy.
Welcome all to the In the Bank podcast. My name is Jackson Fanger. I'm here with Rohan. Rohan, how you doing today, man?
Doing fabulous. You okay?
I got to fly in the studio here in my
That's
A1 studio.
That's why you got to start cleaning.
Episode.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the mic. It's on the mic.
Yeah, it's on the mic right now. Look at that little baby. Yeah, we'll have to
Eat it.
Oh well. Yeah, I'll listen. It'll eat me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of bugs.
I don't like flies. I'm not a huge thing, but like any like roach. I had a fear of crickets for a long time growing up.
Have you ever ate a cricket?
Yeah. I ate one.
I
I ate them with a chick. Actually, they were like sanded with like Cheeto dust. It was pretty good.
Oh, really? I had it in Mexico. It was like with lime and black pepper. They're phenomenal, dude. They're a good little snack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
a crunchy too. You know.
Yeah, that's a.
I don't know. Yours big or little?
A little.
Yeah, same. I had little babies. You just like poppers.
Yeah, it's like little pieces of popcorn.
Yeah, exactly. Nice, man. You're doing good though. We're recording this on a Monday.
Yeah,
That was your
phenomenal. You got the good old work, you know.
Yeah, I did. I was in New Orleans all weekend, as you know, but I'm exhausted from a long weekend there. It was a lot of fun though, so I'm glad to be back. I pretty much slept all day. Now we're doing this.
How's the city?
So I've been there a few times. It's one of my favorite places to go. I went with my family this time, and a lot of fun people that we went with. Met some fun people. It was just a good time, man. A lot of fun. A lot of good food. A lot of good stuff. So my brother just graduated from college, so we were like celebrating that, and it was a lot of fun.
That's good. That like a city like that that's like historical can maintain its value, unlike a lot of other cities in this this dog shit state next to us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm hinting at.
I mean, New Orleans is a shithole. Don't get me wrong, but it's a beautiful shithole. I do though.
Yeah.
So you're talking about talking about San Francisco, baby.
And yeah, I wanted to talk about Dave Chapelle, who is the GOAT in my opinion. I have a lot of respect for Dave Chapelle. Dave Chapelle went to San Francisco and he went out to an Indian restaurant and he saw somebody taking a shit while he was eating. Now, Dave was appalled with that. But for the first time in my life, I got to disagree with the guy Because Dave, that's just the Indian experience. That's authentic
Right.
Indian right there. That's when
Right.
you go to India. That's what every restaurant looks like, dude. You're not. You're you're putting a little bit too
Yeah.
much blame on the city. I think that was just great. That waiter deserved a tip, is what I'm telling you, man.
Right. If you're at Arby's in San Francisco and some guy's shitting on the floor, it's like that's gross. But if you're in an Indian restaurant, like that's an authentic place. I mean,
Yeah.
he was there. It's probably expensive. That guy's got a lot of money, right? So
Mhm.
I just don't think he was. Maybe he's not done shows in India before.
No, of course
It
not.
makes sense. There's not a lot of money there, so it makes
Mhm.
sense. But like, um, but yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
funny.
Like, okay, like, all right. Like, joke aside, right? Like,
Yeah.
San Francisco has become such a goddamn dumpster. It's such a
It
shit
sucks,
city.
man.
It is. I'm
It's a
from there.
bummer.
You live there,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's
Yeah.
not. It's horrible to be there.
It's such a bummer too, because it really is like super historical. There's a lot of cool stuff there. And not only that, but like the surrounding area, like you can go to Tahoe, you can go to the beach. There's all this different stuff you can do. It's beautiful, but it's just like a shithole now. There's homeless everywhere. I think I might have talked about this on here before, but they did like a conference. They like hired a bunch of college professors. The state did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the first mistake they fucking made. But they brought a bunch of college like economics professors and stuff in, and they were like, "You need to help us fix the homeless problem." They like had a conference. They paid them all a bunch of money to sit there and like talk about how to fix the problem. And they came out, and their big solution to the problem was homeowners in the Bay Area should just open their homes to homeless people and let them live with them, and that would solve the homeless problem. It was everyone's like, no.
Honestly, though, dude, I'm not against that in the sense because the people who vote for these dog shit policies, they should be the ones who
Right.
uh, have to take the beatings with that. You know?
Right. But they never would. It'd be like, why aren't you doing that? And then they'd have some reason like, oh, I have asthma, I can't do it. I'm allergic to fucking shellfish. I can't have homeless people in my house. Like there'd be some stupid fucking reason that they can't do it. You know what I mean? And they want everyone else to solve the problem. You know what I mean? I'll take the homeless person in my house. It's all these college professors get out of the thing, or it's like you all need to do it. They're like, but I'm a teacher. I can't do it. It's fucking stupid. I hate that city. I shouldn't say I hate the city. I hate a lot of the people in that city and the general sort of cult of personality around the city right now. It's tough.
Dude, yeah, people from San Fran are the worst people. They're
They
some of
can
the
be.
most.
They really can be.
They are absolutely the most obnoxious. Like the people in San Fran who take like a lot of time to dress well in the morning, like you know what I mean? English major at Berkeley or music major at Berkeley, right? Really tight jeans,
Yeah.
pointy shoes, Bernie supporters. Those are the worst people on the planet. And those are the people who would vouch it's a good idea to open up your home to a bunch of hobos. And they wouldn't do it. Right?
Right.
They're the people who
That's
wouldn't
the
open a
thing,
door
yeah.
for you.
They wouldn't do it. They want everyone else to pay taxes. The place is a mess, man. And it's the exact sort of dude you're talking about. Like, I can see him. I can see the guy. He's got like some granola. He's got some fucking granola ass haircut. He's got
A
the
beanie.
glasses on that he doesn't need.
The orange beanie. Yeah, the orange
Yeah,
beanie.
orange
Like with the
beanie.
folded up a little bit.
Yeah, it's like a practiced apathy. It's like I can't look like I'm trying, but I'm trying to look like I'm not trying. I can't shit on everyone there. Some of the best friends I ever made still live there and they
Mhm.
like it, I think, still. Some of them don't, some of them do. But yeah, man, I did not get along with a lot of people up there. I was not a good fit for the city
Yeah.
of San Francisco, I think. You know what I mean?
That's what it felt like for me, like growing up, dude. Like it was like I have my closest like you, my closest friends are there. The ones who support me, whatever I do, they're still all there. But like in high school, just a bunch of fucking losers who were just super obnoxious. And when I came to Arizona, right, I like
Mhm.
realized like in California, if you go up to somebody trying to have a conversation, they're gonna look at you like you're committing a crime. In Arizona, it's like normal,
Yeah.
right? To go up to people and just talk,
Yeah.
and you realize that's a big difference.
Yeah. Like here I feel like I can just sort of chill and like and just talk and like meet new people. There I always felt, and maybe this is a me problem, but I always felt like I had to be very careful. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, for sure.
Like I
I feel
remember
that.
I remember one time, so everyone there obviously is fucking very like environmentally conscious, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we and so there's like here the way I grew up, there was your garbage can and your recycling can, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the place we lived right after college, we had these like quad boxes. It was like garbage, compost, like one kind of recycling and another kind of recycling. You had to like separate it all into the different shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was telling some people that one day I saw the trash truck come, and they just put all of those four separate things into the same truck, and it all mixed together. And so I was like, I don't really separate it because they don't separate it. It all goes to the same place, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
said that to like a bunch of people I hadn't met before, and like people got like this lady got really mad at me. Just you know what I mean? It was just like I'm just talking, you know what I mean? Like if I'm wrong, just tell me. Like you don't have to scream at me and like call me a fucking, she thinks she called me a hick, which is not. I mean, I
That's
don't know. I don't think I'm
crazy.
hicky, you know what I mean? But um
What would it take for you? Well, first of all, after they throw all your stuff around, they just feed all the garbage to the homeless people. So that's where it all goes, and
yeah.
that's why they
They
mixed it
grind
all.
it down into a smoothie.
I would say more like a tuna consistency, right? Put it in like a
Mm,
little can, and then maybe it's like the San Francisco UNICEF. They
yeah.
That's what they do with all the leftover compost. They're not gardening. Like it's too rich. Like some parts of California are just too rich for them to use leftovers, right?
Yep.
Like in California is a place you don't see people take leftovers home unless they're Indian.
No. Right.
What would it take for you, going back to the hobo thing, right?
Hmm.
What would it take for you to let a hobo stay at your house?
They like incentivize me to do it. It
Yeah, like
wouldn't
what?
be an amount of money. It'd be like, hey, we'll give you a hobo and we'll give you like an adopted kid from the Congo who's going to become an NFL linebacker. You know what I mean? So like you get both of those.
So like you want to? Oh, so you're want to adopt a child?
Yeah, but it's like all the hard parts of adoption are done. I just get them like in high school age, right? And I can just sign them up for
Oh,
football and then
got
have
you.
like at the NFL draft, like they'll do a quick story on me, like, oh, he like raised
Oh,
him and like,
nice,
and then
nice.
he's
Yeah,
like, oh, I bought my dad a car. I love this guy, and I'm like, I love this guy too, and we can have that thing. That's what I would
yeah.
want.
But you're drafting him like right before he's about to sign Alabama. Like that's what you're saying. Like you need
Right?
that
Yeah.
type of
I don't
trade
want
off.
to do. I don't want any of the work. I just want.
Ah, interesting. So like already 17, almost 18. He just needs the green card, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, maybe 16. Like sophomore in high school, right? Like he could develop a little bit in football. I could give him a little bit of wisdom. You know what I mean?
Mm.
We could sort of build some rapport so that moment at the draft like it doesn't look too scripted and people like can't tell that we're full of shit.
Yeah, yeah. So like when they do the blind side, it's not like a crazy
Right.
when they make a movie about you, it's nothing too fabricated. It all seems like really authentic. Like you raised this kid, you found him in the box, right? Like someone dropped him
Yep.
off in front of your home. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
But
be I'll
that's
be
that
I'll be Tim McGraw in The Blind Side. That's what I want.
okay.
I will take
Okay,
homeless
nice.
people into my house to do that. Yeah.
Nice. And
I
then
don't
what
want
and
the
then
bitch wife though.
hmm.
See,
Okay.
that's my brothers and I talk about that movie all the time. I don't know why, like, because her, like, so that personality, right? in a lady, like walking into football practices and like stopping them and like, you know what I mean? Just being abrasive generally. Like if that was the father, like it becomes not cool. It's like, oh, this is some alcoholic dad who like is stuck in high school and wants to like live through his son. You know what I mean? But because it's a chick who's like bitching out the coach all the time, like it's funny. You know what I mean?
That was for dramatic experience.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm saying
'Cause,
as a
like,
character.
okay, that makes sense. What going back? What okay, I mean, so is that the minimum? You just need to have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much need to have a guaranteed Ferrari and actor playing you in a movie to take a hobo into your house. And like this hobo might be doing meth, it might be crazy. You're playing a little bit of a dice, like a dice game, you know.
So yeah, I think the hobo, I would take him in, and it doesn't say anything about feeding him, right?
Well, he's
So
eating your garbage.
okay, well, that reduces my carbon footprint.
He might steal some stuff out the fridge too. How about that?
Well, that's theft, and theft
Well,
on my
well,
property
well, well, no,
allows
because
me to stand my ground.
the government told you have to take him in. So
I have to take him in. I don't have to feed him.
But he's stealing the beef jerky links on top of the fridge.
Can I prove it?
No, because that makes you like some type of or some type of like racist or xenophobic or
I'll eat.
sexist
Well,
or
beef
something.
jerky's, yeah. Beef
You know.
jerky's kind of expensive. I would hide the beef jerky. I would get
Mhm.
him like I'd feed him like cat food, like cat, and
So
just
you
tell
like
him
put
it's
beef
tuna, it's
jerky?
fish. I'm like, dude, this is
Yeah.
nice shit. Like this is
Nice.
fish. Like he doesn't fucking know the
Nice.
difference.
Okay,
So
so
that's how I
what?
would do it.
So what's your bare minimum? Right? Is it to
Mhm.
bring someone like this in your house? Because for me, I there needs to be cash. There needs to be like a good amount of cash. And these guys can kill you at any point in the night.
Yeah, I definitely a money value. I would. It'd have to be like a lot of money, and it'd have to be like a monthly thing. Like it would become my job. You know what I mean?
So you're babysitting.
Like in terms of, well, not like literally. Like I'd find some way else.
You
to make
gotta
sure
you gotta
that
you gotta
he
change his
doesn't.
diaper. You have to change his diaper.
It's not. Yeah, I'm not changing any diapers. If that thing isn't of my biology, like it's not my son or daughter,
Yeah.
or like I'm not moving its shit around with my hands. It's not
Yeah,
happening.
that's especially
You
a
know,
30-year-old
it's a
crackhead.
grown.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got his legs up like dad. He's fucking just tripping balls with shit all over it. Fucking
I'm kind of
absolutely
curious. I okay, like imagine, right?
not.
Like just like
Absolutely not.
just
Yeah, yeah.
no, just imagine this, right? Like put yourself in this situation. A hobo is at your house. The government is mandating you to take care of him. Um, and he wants to be tickled, right? He wants to be tickled. Like,
Yeah.
are,
I'll give anyone a good tickle.
yeah, but like, how does he react? Because like when it's like a little kid and you tickle them, they're like smiling, like flipping their head back, right? Like, what's this guy doing? Is he,
Shit.
yeah. Like, because if you tickle him too hard, do you think he shits the diaper? Because if you're tickling him on the coffee table,
I'm more concerned if I tickle him too hard, he like gets his Vietnam flashback and like you know, rips my head off.
yeah. So
His
that's
crack strength. You know what I mean?
yeah. Okay, no. Okay, we're gonna assume he doesn't kill you. All right, but
Okay.
what like tickling a hobo, right? Like, how do you approach that? Like, how do you go up to a hobo who's staying at your house and be like, I want to tickle you, right? Do you
I
just kind of,
think,
do you come from the side? Do you just
yeah,
kind of
here's what
like,
you do.
Mhm.
So you wait till he's definitely tripping, right? So he's on the fucking couch like a clicker in The Last of Us, just fucking doing
So he's
shit,
on the
right?
drugs? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's just fucking doing that, right? And so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you've got instantly got the element of surprise on your hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what I would do is I'd start playing some music, right? Really soothing music. So he kind of like takes him down a little bit.
Like some R.
And
Kelly.
then right, yeah, something like that. Just like
Yeah.
gets him in a groove and just whatever you gets the state that you want of him just kind of like bobbing back and forth, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He goes off to this nice place, right? And then what you do is you come up from behind him and you just
Mm-hmm.
pounce and you have someone else like change it to just like Megadeth,
Mm-hmm.
like thrash metal, and you're
Yeah.
just tickling the shit out of him as that
Uh-huh.
music's playing, and you got like a mask of like a goat on, right?
Okay.
And you're
So you're
just
coming.
yeah, and you're just tickling the shit out of him, and you're making animal noises, and he just see what happens. Is how I would do it.
I'm not a big fan of that method, dude. I think you're coming in. I think you're trying to like start a fight, right? I think that's like that's like have you seen those service dogs? Like if you put a mask where you like pretend to attack them, they're gonna bite. I think he's gonna bite you
Right.
i- if you do
Or
that.
or I give him the most electric drug story to tell of all time. Right.
Well, he's a hobo, so he's not gonna. The stories don't matter to him. I wouldn't do that. I think I'd have a different approach.
Okay.
I think this is what I would do, right? You know, like that big bean bag I have. Or you need to make sure he's
Mhm.
sitting on something. Like you need to make sure he's sitting on like a bean bag, okay, or
Yeah.
something comfortable, like a big, um, like a balloon of feathers almost, or just something plush. Just make sure he's sitting on something really soft. Okay. Now you still want him on drugs, but I wouldn't suggest a drug like crack. Or I would try to move him towards shrooms because those are probably legal in San
Mm.
Francisco at this point, right?
They are.
So
Yeah,
it's happy thoughts, right? It's before he found the pipe. It's before Vietnam. He's remembering what it's like to brush his teeth. Now, you figure out a way to move that into the pipe instead of crack cocaine. And I think you just go like, "Hey, buddy, like who wants a good tickle?" Right?
yeah.
And he's gonna be like, "No, not me," right? Like he's gonna be kind of
Yeah.
playful with it. He's like, "Who wants a good tickle?" Right? And he's gonna like not, but he's gonna be wanting it, right?
I think
And then
so.
yeah.
Here's where your thing could fall apart. Is
But I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet though.
okay.
I have one more step.
Okay.
You molest him after.
See, that's illegal, and I don't want to have you saying that on here because, God forbid, someone thinks like, let's say in the Phoenix area, there's some guy out, serially molesting homeless people, and God forbid law enforcement gets a hold of this, and like you have to, go answer some questions. So, I mean, if that's what you're into, you could go.
No, I'm
but
just kidding.
I
I'm just
think
kidding. No.
saying this publicly.
No. I'm just kidding. You don't do that. But yeah, you just tickle the guy, and I think with the combination of the psychedelics, maybe a little weed, like a humidifier, put some weed
Mhm.
in there, just calm him down, put him on the plush thing, right?
Yeah.
And just tickle him. Just tickle the
So
guy.
float.
No,
So
no
here's
molesting. That
my
was just a
thing.
joke. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% just a joke. Lawyers. So in my brief experience with mushrooms and stuff like that, is it's sort of, at least for me, like I've done it where I'm feeling sort of anxious and paranoid and all that shit, and it just makes that go more, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't
Mhm.
make you happier per se, or at least me. So if you get someone who's sort of on their last legs, right? They're kind of a tweaker and they're homeless. I think doing that would put them in a state where they might even be more unstable than the crack, because at least they know what the crack is like, right? They can sort of navigate that.
But that makes you aggressive.
Right.
They can't navigate crack. They become crazy on crack.
Well, it's
You
kind
got
of their home base, right? Because like our home base is sober, right? Like we sort of wake up sober and we're like, okay, this is what normal life is like, and then you do something else and you kind of experience different states, right? Them
yeah.
home base is fucking cracked out, right? If they touch sobriety, it's like panic and they have to figure some other shit out. Because,
hmm
like, you know what I mean? And so I think
Yeah.
getting them in their home base might be the safest thing you can do.
I disagree.
Okay.
Yeah, just no.
I guess we'll have to take in some homeless people and find out.
All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. If you are homeless in the Phoenix Scottsdale area, all right, and you want to be tickled on a live stream,
Dude, the we'll
hit
tickle
us
the
up
shit
on
out of you.
Insta. Yeah, hit us up on the Instagram. All right.
We have a good friend there who owns firearms, and he will be there waiting to put you down should you do anything, crazy. But we will tickle you, and we'll do it for free. We'll buy you
Yeah.
some. We'll buy you something nice on the way out too.
We'll get you a 2-week membership at a LA Fitness so you can take a shower right before
Yeah.
as well.
Get
I don't
pumped.
want. Yeah, exactly. Get
Go
the
back
blood
to the
flowing a
homeless
little
camp
bit.
looking fucking.
Yeah, yeah. We'll go to
some
Target,
shots.
We'll go to Target, get you a 6-pack of Hanes white tees, right?
Oh yeah.
Get you those. Go to Walmart, get you some Shaq shoes. You'll be looking pretty fresh, bro.
Yeah, dude. That's I think that's a good deal. If I'm homeless, I take it. Get tickled. So that's fun too.
Yeah,
I like getting
yeah,
tickled.
exactly. It's like an
Nice
hour
little
a day. Yeah, I mean, dude, like think about it. Instagram thoughts get flown out and have to have sex to get new clothes, right?
Right.
Like
right.
we're offering homeless guys new clothes for like a free tickle session.
Yeah.
This
And
is
that's
this
yeah, yeah, yeah.
this is
We
a
won't
once in
fly
a
you out. We
lifetime.
don't have that kind of money, but if you're in this area, let us know.
Yeah. Well, we'll get you a cart from Safe and we'll push you there. Like it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
You can keep the cart too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. If you can get that little lock on it, the computer
Yeah.
lock off of it, it's all yours, baby.
Keep it, bro. We'll get you. We'll get you some plastic bags as well. You want to huff your own shit in it?
Yeah.
This is what San Francisco has been missing, bro. Lawmakers like us. I think this is what needs
Well,
to happen.
we fixed the police brutality problem. We fixed a lot of problems on this show, right? We've talked about running for president before. I think when that gets closer, we should do something about that. But we want to come in late as the dark horses. I think
Mm. Just think about it.
I
It's
think
like,
what's going to happen is you're going to get Dementia Man and then Orange Guy, and they're going to like beat the shit out of each other in the press. And by the end of it, everyone's going to be like, I don't want either of these guys. And then we just come in over the top, and we're like, hey,
yeah.
no more police brutality, like homeless
No more.
problem solved. We're your guys, We're your
We
ticket.
figured out. We figured out how to defeat ISIS already.
Yeah. Figure out how to defeat ISIS. I think we're still sort of in the lab on that one, but we're further along than anyone else. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, like getting people with erections to go butt fuck a bunch of ISIS people is better than whatever the fuck Biden's doing right now.
Right. We're just drone strikes and giving them guns to
Yeah,
fight us with. Like, what are we doing?
No,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly. No, exactly. All you really
Psychological
need.
warfare.
Exactly. Just have them getting like think about it. These ISIS people are scared of Western values, right?
Right.
What
Every
West
ISIS person you butt fuck has to kill themselves because that's haram as shit. Like, are you kidding me?
or once they get butt fucked, they just want to move to San Francisco, and we don't even kill people. We just
Right.
convert.
Come.
Join us. Like we've seen that article of that woman who she like found like some videos online. She went to ISIS, burned her passport, right, and then she's trying to
Yeah,
come back
yeah.
now. You know what I'm talking about?
Britney Griner. Yeah.
No, not Britney Griner, not Britney Griner. That's some other lady. Yeah, some other lady. Yeah, but yeah, I think it's the same thing, right? You just get these people, you start butt fucking them, right, and
Yeah.
then they want to move to San Francisco and vote for Biden. Like it's a win, semi-win. You know what I mean? It's not a
Yeah.
right.
So you know what when we were in New Orleans, we were out at a bar and we saw BG's first game back. At least part of it. It was on all the TVs and shit.
Uh-huh.
And it made me think of our very first episode, dude. When we were
I
saying like,
I
dude,
I told you, dude. This is national TV, bro. It's everywhere.
there were people there. Like they did a shot of the stands, you know what I mean? It was only one
Uh-huh.
shot of the stands, and I think they packed everyone into the shot, you know? So like everyone on the other side of the court was probably not there. But there were some people there and they looked excited to be there. I don't know if it was for the joke or because they love the WNBA and are excited to see one of their bright young stars back in the game.
Was that our first game back, or was it like our first game back in Arizona?
First game back. First game back. I think
Since
it might have been in LA.
okay,
I don't know.
so
I don't know if it was here or not.
first game back since the big trade.
Yep. Yeah. They
I
were
wonder
saying she hadn't played professional basketball in like 500 days or something. I don't know. It looked like she's
She's not played.
put up a highlight reel.
Yeah, she hasn't played
She had a
pro
block and a
basketball. Yeah, she hasn't played pro basketball her whole life. That's a different topic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let's not lie here. No. Yeah, let's not lie here.
My buddy just sent me a text. If he's listening to this, he'll get a crack at it. But he just sent me. It's, hey, are you ready for fantasy women's basketball? He got an email from ESPN. it's, and he put it. It's in his junk folder.
Hey, wait. Is Fantasy's women basketball starting?
I guess it's yeah. I guess so. I told him. I said that'd be really funny if I had more time in my life to like do. You know what I mean?
Let's start to all the people who are going to see this TikTok, YouTube short. All right, let me scratch that. To all the people who are going to see this YouTube video, we are going to start a fantasy women's basketball league. All right. And we need 10 people.
In the bank league.
In the bank league. And then the winner gets to tickle a homeless person with us. It's a
winner gets to tickle a homeless person with us on an episode. You get to be a guest and tickle a homeless person, and then we'll talk to you about your life and see what kind of fucked up person you are that's doing this tournament with us.
All right, exactly. So we're gonna put the link down below to join our women's fantasy basketball league, and winner gets to tickle a homeless person. Dude, that's exciting.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that. I kind of want to play.
What if one of us win?
We'll give it a second or third place. We'll just be like the commissioner. I'll be like Adam Silver. You could be like David Stern.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of David Stern, have you seen the Tim Donaghy thing on Netflix?
No, I know the story about him like sports betting, but yeah, what was it about?
It's nuts. So I mean, I kind of knew like he was a ref and he was, like involved with some guys in the mafia, and they were like betting on games. And his whole thing is like he's like, I didn't fix any games. I just told them who I thought was going to win based on like inside information, and they had picks based off of that. But you know, he gave them picks for a lot of games he was calling. So I find it hard to believe that he wasn't fixing at least some of these things, or you know, tipping it one way or the other. But what I didn't know as much about is just kind of like how common that is like in the NBA, right? Like, so the place he's from is Philadelphia, or like around Philadelphia, and like a bunch of NBA refs are from this town, and it's a big like mafia town, like in Philadelphia, like a big Italian mafia, and so they're all from sort of the same spot, and they all like know each other. And it becomes like this kind of like group inside the refs, and like all those guys like so he's friends with who's the one that Chris Paul was like and whatever against? Scott
Foster, sir. Yeah,
Scott Foster. He was like best friends with this Tim Donaghy guy until the case happened. They haven't talked since then. Joey Crawford, I think, is the other one who's everyone knows. He's from this place, and like so they're all these like refs who like everyone thinks are fucking shit or bad at their jobs are from this place in Pennsylvania. But what I didn't know is they're all very highly rated by the NBA, and it's because like, you know, the NBA has like certain calls they want to emphasize or whatever, but like David Stern essentially, so they were investigating Donaghy for fixing games, right?
Mhm.
And he was saying to the FBI, and um he was like, hey, you know, this is not, I'm not the only person doing shit like this. Like, there's a lot of gambling within the refs. Like, we all gamble. Um, there's 60 NBA refs. I think they did a poll of them anonymously, and 52 of them admitted to gambling. It was 52 or 57. I don't remember which one.
Mhm.
Um, which is against their contract. And then, but so they were investigating this FBI. Donaghy was going to go in and wear a wire and like be a complete,
A rat, yeah.
yeah, like a rat or a collaborator, whatever, however you want to look at it. But one of the guys in the FBI went to David Stern and told him like, hey, like, do you have any information you could give us? And so David Stern like made this whole big show about showing them how they do everything, and then started like leaking stories to the press that would cut their investigation like out at the knees, right? And so and then what the theory is, like what he was worried about is like that it would be exposed that like they were fixing games to like get the Lakers in the finals, like that Kings
Mhm.
Lakers series when Chris Webber was there is one that people talk about all the time. Um, you know, and then there's the whole like the draft lottery for Patrick Ewing to go to New York. There's that whole thing too, and so I kind of knew David Stern was like, there's a lot of like, you know, conspiracy theories about him, but it actually seems like he was a relatively shady guy. Like he
Oh,
was offering, yeah, he was offering jobs to like the FBI people who were investigating him. He was like, hey, like come work for me. You know what I mean? Like when this is all done, and like, I'll take care of you. And like, we need people like you working for us sort of thing. Like just very like kind of shady and like I'm not saying he was with the mafia, but doing like a lot of shit that like you would think a mafia guy would do. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, I mean, first off, it's like David Stern understood it was a business first, and he had to revive
Mm-hmm.
the NBA post the whole cocaine issue
Yep.
in the 80s. So obviously when Jordan came, that was like the big driving force, but kind of in that time, you know, after that stint with the Bulls, when Jordan was getting older, so when he was like with Washington, they kind of needed that new face until LeBron came.
Yep.
Like LeBron being the hometown kid going to Cleveland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going to the Cavs. That's not a coincidence. You know, like these everything seems to line up. Derrick Rose being from Chicago, going to the
Oh yeah.
Bulls. Um,
The odds for Derrick Rose were like crazy. They had like a less than 1% chance to get that pick too.
it was very well. Yeah, that's why they were good immediately because they were just like a piece
Yeah.
away, right? And it was
Yep.
like they had a good team around them. It was not
Yep.
um. So like yeah, I mean like the NBA understands it's a business, and
Mm-hmm.
do they rig shit now? No, I don't think Adam Silver rigs stuff now anymore because Zion would have been on the Knicks
Yeah.
otherwise. Like Zion would have
Yeah.
been on the Knicks, Wembanyama would have been probably not on the Spurs or whatever. But they
Mm-hmm.
they they understand like LeBron James definitely uses steroids, right? I think it's obvious at
Right.
this point. There's been so much evidence, but it'd be stupid of the NBA to suspend a guy who's built so much for your brand to say, hey, he's cheated this whole entire time. We're gonna have to take away because that's gonna kill the whole entire brand. So they have to let him, and you have to cater to the stars. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not like those things they did. Like Patrick Ewing still won 0 rings.
Right.
Um,
But it
so
creates
it's
storylines. It creates things for people to talk about. It creates. I'll go watch I'll watch the draft. I'll watch the game. Right. And that's the big difference. We're obviously not like a sports show, but like I think that's why the NFL is more successful. Is it's more about, they call it the shield, like the league itself, and then like the teams. You know, like if you're it's I think a lot of it's like the non fully guaranteed contracts too, because if you're if you're Antonio Brown in the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think
You might
you're
get a
able
max.
to be around. Yeah, you're able if you're that good and you draw that many headlines to your team. I think because the contracts are fully guaranteed and because the way that NBA business model is, like he's able to stick around a lot longer. You know what I mean? But in the NFL, they're like, "Fuck you! Like we don't need to deal with your bullshit. Like we'll get someone else who's super talented, and obviously you're one of the best to ever do it. But like, there's a lot of guys who want your job. You know, we'll just get someone else in here who's younger. We can, you know what I mean? And it's more like it's not beholden to a few people. And so that's why
Yeah.
that's what they were saying. Like that's why they were trying to get these stars in these finals, you know what I mean? Because it's like if you build the league around your stars and then your stars aren't in the NBA finals, for example, it's like why would anyone fucking watch the games? You know what I mean? Unless you just love basketball.
Yeah,
But
and it's yeah. I mean, that's. I mean, listen, he did a lot of good for the league. Stern, is it rigged? Yeah,
mhm.
probably. It was like 95%. He probably rigged some shit, but I mean, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it didn't change the fact. Like Jordan was so good. It didn't change the fact LeBron was still really good at basketball. That like Curry
Yep.
was really good at basketball, right? And they had good
Yeah.
teams around them. But it was obviously it's a business first, so to like act like there isn't shady stuff behind the scenes is different.
hmm
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. But one league they do need to start rigging a little bit better. I mean, we just
hmm
talked about the WNBA. Dude, they gotta let it for the WNBA to have good ratings, bro. They need to go full progressive and let a transgender woman play. That's exciting to me. Like I want to
I
watch that.
think, yeah, man. I
That'd be so fun to watch. Dwight
I
Howard with
still
some
wouldn't watch
titties,
it.
bro. Dude, Dwight
I
Howard
wouldn't
with some
watch it.
titties. You wouldn't watch
I'd
Dwight with
watch
some
the highlight.
titties?
I'd watch the highlights
I'd
on
watch the
Twitter.
game.
I'd like watch the
The,
clip. I wouldn't
I'd
watch the
watch
full
the
game.
first game. Dude, that'd be so fun to watch. That'd be hilarious
I
to
guess,
watch.
but like you have to. So I like we thought it'd be funny to watch this Britney Griner game, like me and the people I was with. Um, but then like the
No.
whole time they're just talking about how brave she was on the TV, and it's like it was just like shut up, like let me watch the game. You know what I mean? And that like every time there was like a camera cut, like
But
someone was shooting free throws. And I get
we
it, like
talked, yeah, but Brittany Griner, she didn't. We talked about this on the first episode. Brittany Griner didn't capitalize on the opportunity. She let the
right,
bag kind of go away. She
right,
should have kneeled as soon as she touched down. As
yeah,
soon as they did
yeah.
the visit, as soon as they did the
She should
swap
have
on the
walked out on
prisoners.
her knees.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as they did the prisoner swap, bro, she should have just kneeled down that second. She
Yeah, she fucked
fumbled the
up.
bag. She fumbled the bag so hard. Like, dude,
Yeah,
she needs to fire her PR team. She needs to get a new wife, right? Go get some new people
yeah.
around you. This is
She
what
could be. She could be modeling for Adidas if she played her cards right.
she might be modeling right now, actually. Who knows? But the way they're they need models. Yeah. Dude, she just fucked up, bro. What a astronomical bag fumble by Brittany
Yeah,
Griner, bro. Like this is
a
worse than
bag
her
fumble.
this is worse than
I
her sneaking weed into
oh
Russia.
way
This
worse.
is way worse. This is way worse. She cost herself millions, dude. Millions.
I am impressed by the humility to be like, I've sort of changed my mind though. Like I think that's cool, but she did lose gazillions of dollars for sure.
Dude,
I'm
bro,
impressed by the humility though. I think it's cool.
what does she change her mind about? The country?
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to stand. I think her quote was, "My perspective has changed a lot," which I hope it has. You know what I mean? I think it's cool.
That's so boring, bro. That's what she's just
It
gonna
is
go.
boring. It's boring as fuck, and
That's
that's why I'm not going to
she's
watch, and I don't care. You know what I mean? But
exactly, bro. Imagine this, like a Brittany Griner All right, like imagine this for a WNBA All-Star game, right? Like the team
Yep.
captain is Britney Griner, who still kneels, right?
Mm-hmm.
After like the national anthem. Like she can see a USA flag on the back of a Dasani water bottle and she still has to kneel. Like that versus Dwight Howard with some titties, Danny Green with a pair of breasts.
And they're
Now that's
driving.
that's entertainment right there. Right? Like that's like the Harlem Globetrotters. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like
so
it's more entertaining than that.
here's my counter to that. Is it be even so if she comes in as Neely McNeils, right? And then you got trans person on the other side, that's two faces. You need a face and a heel. So if she comes in like a MAGA hat,
Ooh. Ooh, that's a good idea. Now that's a good idea because now
that's
you're
a heel
getting
turn.
oh.
And
But does
so
that
her
get her the
team,
bag?
she drafts all the alt-right chicks. Dude, could you imagine she goes up starts speaking
I
at
have an
the
idea.
Republican National Convention like
Okay.
Masvidal, like her and Masvidal up there with their arms around each other, like fucking Trump, 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 Trump.
I got an idea. All right. So let's in this hypothetical situation, let's have
Yeah.
Brittany Griner still be the person who kneels, right? Let's still have her do
Yeah.
that because I think that's how she keeps the bag. She can also get the
Okay.
bag if she goes full 180, but that's never gonna happen.
Okay.
So let's say she kneels, right?
Okay.
We need a transgender. We want a transgender Republican athlete, right? Caitlyn Jenner.
Mm-hmm.
Let her be the team captain. Let her compete. Let her compete. Caitlyn Jenner versus Brittany Griner in a head-to-head draft with Charles Barkley announcing the picks. Now that's fucking entertainment right there.
I would watch the shit out of that draft.
That would be
I'd probably watch the game,
amazing.
too.
I'd watch
Oh,
the game,
man.
and only transgender people are the no.
This is
Let's do
why-
let's do a split. Let's do a split between
Yeah.
transgender men to women. Let's keep them like 19, 20 years old, right?
Yep.
Let's have a whole like let's say they went through the whole operation versus like are just starting out, right? And then we'll have like the actual really good WNBA stars, right? Like the 3 or 4 of them, right? But let's just make it a clusterfuck. That's entertainment right there.
Like every round. So like first round you get to pick a trans, the second round you got to pick a chick, and then you alternate.
Yeah, exactly. That's television.
I think this has legs.
That's more exciting than
Not only could we be the president, dude, we could run all these fucking TV networks. This is why Europeans hate Americans. Like you go to Europe and they're like, you guys are just a freak show over there. You're a bunch of dumb shits who watch dumb shit on TV. This is what they're talking about. But this is a great idea. This is what makes this country great. Is you can fucking put some trans people on TV and just watch them duke it out, and it's fucking everyone's like, that's awesome.
Well, this solves a bunch of problems, right? So for one, it solves this like pay gap thing that women keep complaining about with the WNBA, because now you're gonna get more eyeballs to the game, and more eyeballs means more revenue. So you're gonna pay the women more. You're crushing 2 birds with 1 stone, and this also shuts up feminists who want to see like transgender men compete in like women's boxing, right? And like women's combat sports.
I think
so.
Feminists and trans people are kind of button heads.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's like some phrase for it, like that they don't agree. I don't know. There's like a type of feminist that doesn't agree with the transgender community. I don't remember it.
Like non-intersectional or something.
I don't fucking. It's some white woman term.
I went to a liberal arts college. I was an English major, so I kind of know.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? You know what I'm talking about, though.
It probably has the word intersectional in it. I don't know if they would be intersectional or non-intersectional, but it's. I would assume that word is a part of the title. But yeah, no. I think. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think that could be an interesting watch, but. The thing is, and shout out to Chael Sonnen, who is one of my personal heroes. But when he's talking about the fight game, right?
Uh-huh.
He's talking about all these fighters. what sets the UFC apart and Dana White apart is they know how to build and continue the story so they can sell not this event but the next event and the next event. And guys like Adesanya and like guys who sort of know how to work the media understand that, and that's why they get all these opportunities, right? How do we make this trans versus women, MAGA versus kneeler thing? How do we make this sustainable, right? Because we don't want to end up like Jake Paul, where you do a few of these things and now nobody gives a fuck, right? Like we want this to go decades into the future, right?
Well, first, I think we got to rebrand it from WNBA.
Right. No, we gotta. The NBA is not going to be about this. We got to get out from under their thing.
So how do we sustain long-term growth? That's a great question. Well, for one, I think we gotta keep some money in the pockets of these donors, right? Who keep trying to push for like the hormone therapy and shit. So we got to keep making sure we always have like a fresh pool of transgender women. Yeah, so we got to do this in California because California would be very accepting of this idea. So that's how we just keep it sustainable. But how do we build a storyline?
Yeah,
that's a tough question, right? Well,
because
the UFC,
the first couple is like trans versus MAGA, like that'll sell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to build like some individual characters. It's gonna be closer to WWE than the NBA. It really is.
Okay, that's fair. But that's fair
in terms of the way we market it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we're gonna have. So I mean, I think I already have some characters in my head. So we're gonna have Miss Neal a lot, Britney Griner, right?
Yep.
So she's one character. We're gonna have the first ever transgender woman compete in women's sports, right? That's gonna be
women's basketball.
She's gonna be like, she's gonna. I don't want to say this, but it's like, you know how like she's gonna be the person that breaks down like the barrier, right? Like Jackie Robinson, he's like a hero. American hero. He broke down the color barrier for baseball. You know where I'm going with this, okay? Like Jackie Robinson is. Let me get this clear. Jackie Robinson is an actual hero. He's an actual hero. Not like this is a makeup shit believe story, okay? let me make that very clear.
No,
all right, but you get my point. We're gonna get the first trans. We're gonna plant the first trans.
We want little kids 70 years from now to be reading about Caitlyn Jenner in history books as the person who broke the trans barrier. Okay?
Exactly.
And if we do that, that's a fucking success, I think.
So we'll have that, right? And then we have to have kind of like that fresh. So the WNBA players will still come into the league, but they're going to become more role players, right?
Right.
But that first
JJ
character. Redick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that first character is going to be, what do you call it? It's going to be obviously the trans person, a lot of politics around the situation. This should not happen, right? She just comes in there and dominates, right? And she inspires the new generation of, right? And then, so that's going to be a big thing for us. And then then the MAGA thing. We gotta get like MAGA chicks to play basketball because normally white chicks just like fucking basketball players. So we gotta figure out how.
I think we gotta find. See, that's a unicorn. Is a MAGA chick who's athletic.
Because they're not athletic. The thing about the one person who died at the Capitol storming was a fucking MAGA chick. Like, grow up. You know what I mean? Like, learn how to jump a window properly. Like, the one person who got smoked.
Right. Like, if you're gonna... Let's see.
Like, the Boston Bombers fucking lasted 4 days and she couldn't fucking hop out of a window properly. Like, you know, like, these are not athletic women.
Right.
I think another character
Who?
we got to another
Caitlyn Jenner's a
character.
good one.
Yeah, I mean she can be like a coach.
We
She might
have
be
to.
like a little old.
You know those. Yeah, you know those chicks who are like on Instagram and are like they're kind of like right wing chicks, and they're saying like, have you seen these? They're like going the other way. They're like feminism is the death of society. Like you need to find a man. It's all that like high quality man shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There's like chicks on now who are like doing that. I
Yeah,
think we'd have to start there.
so get
And
them into this
a
league.
lot of these chicks have pretty big social media followings, so they could kind of bring that following. You know what I mean? That'd be a little numbers bump for us, especially at the beginning. We could just sort of throw as many of them as at the wall as we can, see what sticks. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
And you know, make it a good idea for them. So offer them some money and some, you know, you can sort of build your brand with us. And,
Yeah. Who's sponsoring us? I think the answer is clear.
Bud Light, baby.
Well, they're the official hydration drink. I mean, like, how about our jerseys?
I mean, Adidas.
We gotta go Adidas.
I mean, Nike's doing that stuff too. I think they're all because Nike was. I have a friend who's pretty MAGA, and he was like, "I'm never buying Nike again." And then Adidas did the thing, and he's like, "I don't know where I'm gonna buy sports clothes."
I'm gonna look at the that image. I haven't seen the image. Okay, here. I've just pulled it up. Okay, I'm just now looking at the image. Oh my god.
Of the model.
Yeah. All right, let's
Yeah, it's I don't want to be rude to anyone who is, you know, a model, and because I think to model anything takes some balls, no pun intended, but it's disturbing to look at least it was to me. Like it was unsettling. Like I was like, this ain't it. You know what I mean?
all right. All right, at least like get like a fine dude. You know what I mean? Like get like a dude who's like fine. Right. Like get like a buff guy to model this shit. Like this is not like if I'm a guy, if you're trying to like set a trend,
right?
Like you have James Harden on the roster. Why didn't you ask Harden to do this shit? Like he would probably wear it too. Like Harden's the type of guy who might wear it.
I mean, you don't want to get me started on James Harden. I think we've had this conversation on here before, but he's a fucking weirdo. I think he
exactly
swimsuit.
No, but if
mean,
you get Harden,
a lot of those NBA guys would.
I like if Harden. First, Harden's good at or he used to be great at basketball. Like if Harden wore this swimsuit, right? Like with a big old Bin Laden beard of his.
He's probably got like just a big hairy like pube area too, and it's all just poking out of there, just a bunch of bush down there.
But dude, that would like I'd want to buy Adidas after. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't. No.
No, I think I would. Like I think I 100% would. Like, but this is like scary. This looks like Jar Jar Binks in a swimsuit to me. This is absolutely appalling. This is not like even if you're a gay guy who likes wearing shit like this, like you can't tell me this is like you need like a buff, like you just need someone cool, like Derrick Rose. What if Derrick Rose was wearing this? Like everyone likes Derrick Rose.
Everyone likes Derrick Rose. You know who I just thought of that could. I think it'd be mutually beneficial if this person joined our league as a trans athlete.
Who?
Ja Morant.
Explain.
So he's had a rough year, right?
Very, yes.
How do you go from how does he get back to babyface, right? Because I don't think he wants to be a heel. He doesn't seem like that guy. How do you get back to babyface? Come out as trans, dude.
Ooh. You're honest. I'm gonna keep going.
Come
keep
to
going.
our league. Come to our league. Come out as trans. You know, and he could sort of be the bridge, right? Because he likes guns a lot. The right likes guns a lot, right? He could be sort of just baby face for everyone, right? He could be the face of the league, totally get his PR image turned around. Come out. He looks like that guy modeling the swimsuits. He could be doing that. He has so many opportunities. He could get all of his sponsorships back. I think this is how he gets his PR back. And he doesn't even actually have to be trans, because I think he just has to come out as trans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like 5-6 years down the road, when our ratings start to slow down, we sort of leak it. We leak it to the press, like he's not actually trans. This was
he's bisexual,
right? And then we can come out and be like, we feel so betrayed by Ja, like he came to us and wanted to do this, and we just fucking pummel him into the ground and just like sort of dance on his grave a little bit, pick our ratings back up, and then anoint a new star, and we'll have someone new by then. You know what I mean?
This would also be a great opportunity for like the players' sons who are just not good enough to make the NBA.
Right. Well, I just watched the new White Men Can't Jump with because Andrew Schultz was in it. Yeah, Andrew Schultz was in it, so I wanted to check it out. It was not good. I thought it was a fucking awful movie. But like those guys, those like guys who flamed out, weren't able to make it. You know, bring them in, cut your balls off.
You don't even have to cut your balls off. Yeah, in this day and age, you don't have to cut them off.
Just wear a dress. Wear a dress around. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Change your name to, instead of Jack, you could be Jack Santa.
Yeah.
Reap the rewards.
Yeah. Dude, what the fuck did we just talk about for an hour?
I don't know. I thought I was going to be low energy, but
yeah, this was. We've
surprised.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell. We just fixed the WNBA, right? Like I think this podcast episode, we just fixed the WNBA. We fixed San Francisco. We fixed homeless issues. We fixed Britney Griner's. Well, we told you, we said where Britney Griner could have became a billionaire if she listened to us.
Mm-hmm.
What haven't we done? We fixed John Morant's issue.
I think what we need to do is hire someone to just listen along with us, and as we're talking, just slap a patent on everything we say, because it's gold. You know what I mean? Because if someone like with influence came on, you know what I mean, and just found this, right? Like someone on John Morant's PR team, right? If he comes out as trans this week, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed, because I want my share of that idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's a great idea. And I want my cut, Jaw. Okay?
Yeah.
So get your shit together. Put the gun away. Wear a dress. All right? And call me. Get your people out. Bring us in. We're your guys.
Stop playing with that dick. Remove both dicks out of your life.
Yeah, get them out. Get both of those shooters.
Get both of those dicks out.
How far in are we? I don't have a clock.
We're an hour.
Thing.
We're an hour.
Damn, what kind of fast. Do you have anything else you want to talk about, or?
No. We pretty much hit on everything.
Yeah.
We're an hour 5. We can just cut it. So
yeah, we got a couple things left. We can do that next week. Peace out to all who listened. We thank you for coming this far. If you didn't, like the jokes, you learned some business acumen. Take that into your life. Become trans. Cash out. Rohan, do you have anything to say to the lovely people before we check out for the day?
Yeah, if you've made it this far, comment. Okay, if you've made it this far, you need to comment John Morant in Adidas swimsuit, and we will buy you the Adidas swimsuit and ship it right to your house. So make sure if you're here, you comment that. We'll pay for everything. That's our first ever giveaway. It's a little Easter egg. If you're listening to this on Spotify, DM us on Instagram. But yeah, first person to comment that, they get the swimsuit, and then they'll also get our they'll get a Britney Griner autograph if we feel like it, but the swimsuit for sure. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Follow our Instagrams, comment, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Peace.